with the club more in front of us. Now you're not rounded. You have very nice posture coming up.
Hi, my name is Riley and I've been playing golf for about 5 years. My average score is around the high 70s to low 80s. And one of my pros is that I hit my wood really well, but one of my cons is that my iron ball striking is inconsistent. So today I want to learn how to be more consistent and strike the ball better.
So hi Riley, how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So Riley is one of my new students here that's came from down the hill. So I'm very excited to be working with him. When I met Riley, there's a few things that he was doing really good and a few things that we needed to make some adjustments. What he did really well in the golf swing was he's very athletic. So his background is soccer, so his legs are very strong. With that being said, we had to change that body movement into a golf swing. There's a lot of correlations to soccer as far as how the lower body moves and stuff like that. So he was pretty good about that, but the positions of the clubs were a little bit off. So today you want to learn to be a little bit more consistent on how to hit the ball with the irons. So let's take a look at these last two shots here. Number one here was a pretty good shot. The second shot here started going hook and left on us. What I can see on both these shots here, down below here you can see our club path. One was 4.5, the last one was 4.1. So that's where we can be a little bit inconsistent on ball striking. Your path is coming just a little bit in to out on those two shots that we hit. Now let's take a look at your swing here. Because your action into the golf swing, I think you have one of the nicest swings around. You take the club back very nicely. The club head is covering the hands here where we like to see it. You get to the top, very nice. Okay, and then as you go here, the club starts to travel to the inside. But this is where, as we've been working together, where we just have to refine a little bit. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a little bit of your impact position. That's where you're going to become a little bit more consistent. So Riley, over the past few weeks, we've talked about you get stuck down below and you get jammed up. Okay, you kind of get a rounded back. So for us, we want to make sure that we finish a little bit with the club more in front of us. So if you go ahead and take your club and hold it out in front of you here, bud, sir. Okay, now we're going to bring it down, get in your position, get in a good position, and we turn our hips a little bit to create impact position. Our hands are forward, and now from there we slide the club out. See that? Where is the club out in relation? It's out in front of us, out here. Now you're not rounded back here. Your back of your spine is pretty straight. And then from there you just finish up in a very nice high position. So that's what we've been working on, in getting that club a little bit more out in front of you instead of trying to save it at the last minute and pulling it in. So that's how you're going to be a little bit more consistent ball striking. It's going to be setting up your tools. So you're going to need an alignment stick with a styrofoam in front of it, because we are going to put this in front of you. So as we set up here, I'd like to see this noodle here with the alignment stick more in line with the hands. Okay? As we do this, let's go ahead and move that ball for a second there, bud. As you bring the club back now, go ahead and bring it back nicely. There we go. Continue up to the top. Go ahead and create pressure in the left side. Hands are going to come down low. But here's the difference here. They come in low right now, but then you exit left where you hit that noodle. I want you to come down square, hands low, and then get extension out in front of you. See that? Now you're not rounded. You have very nice posture coming up. You get in a very good position, and now we get compression. Because sometimes you tend to get your attack angle to be 0 to a little bit in the positive side. This is going to get us into the square position down the line. Let's go ahead and show that position one more time. So this is kind of what your homework is going to be. Towards the end of the lesson here, this is what I really want you to practice on the driving range. Again, position at the backswing is really good. You're going to get weight to the left. Hands are going to be low, but we're not going to continue that radius left. We're going to get the extension out and then to the top very nicely. So let's go ahead and hit a ball here. Very nice. Now let's look at that exit there. like we do here at the studio, working for Mr. O, we're very adamant about making sure that the head doesn't move off the ball so much either. So working under Mr. O here, I'm fortunate enough to understand and watch him teach and understand that staying centered is very important. See how the head is much better, but it does move off that line a little bit. See that? Okay, now for your player of your caliber, and especially at your age, we got to be better at making sure that our head stays on that line, okay? So that's one thing that you still got to keep an eye on moving forward. But as you come down here, your head moves back on that line pretty good. Hands stay out in front of that chest as you exit. That looks very good. So two things that are making your inconsistent ball striking is moving off the ball with the head a little bit, and then also your hands are pulling in a little bit. Now, it's a little bit misconceiving because your path is in to out, but I'm telling you that you're getting jammed up. The reason why the system is telling us that we have an in to out swing is because as you're coming down here, you get your left side very nicely. You're in to out here, but then at the last second, you pull it left, so it's still going to read that you're in to out as you're coming through the ball, and then at the end you try to save it by going left, hard left. A great drill that I learned from Mr. O here, actually just a bit ago, what you and I talked about was the nose on the ball, on the takeaway. Let's try his thing. I love how he likes his right eye on top of the ball, so let's incorporate that as well. So again, I want your right eye focused on top of that golf ball so the head does not move off the ball. And then when you get to the top of your backswing, go ahead and make your motion. There you go. If that's all you can move right now without shifting the head to the left, then let's keep building off of that until you get more flexible. Then the club will get a little bit higher. So let's go ahead and bring it back down. So we want your right eye on the ball throughout the backswing. Good extension. So again, let's make sure that right eye stays on top of the ball, Riley. Good extension of that left arm on the backswing. Don't overswing. Okay, good. So now let's draw this line here. Still a little bit. Okay, so this just takes discipline. Okay, so that just tells me that at the top of your backswing you just went too far, and that's why the head moved off. So let's do this again. I'm just going to give you a feeling here of where the head doesn't move. The problem is I'm not going to be here to hold your head when you're practicing. This is why I want you to get to the top. There you go, good. Look how far your hands are. They're just almost even with the shoulders just below it right now, where you can keep your head in that same position. So this next swing, that's where I want your hands. So your nose on the ball or your right eye, whichever one works better for you. Let's keep it there. Good. Really good golf swing there, bud. There you go, that's better. Really nice golf swing. Okay? So to be consistent, let's understand. That's why you came here today, right? To be a little bit more consistent in your ball striking. We cannot be moving off the ball, especially when you have a 9-iron in your hand. We can't be moving the head off the ball, and then we can't be crunching down and pulling the club left. So your homework, okay, what I want you to do is, again, focus your right eye on top of the ball, but then I also want you to set this alignment stick here at an angle coming into you. So as you're coming into this ball, you're on top of it, but you don't pull it left. You stay on top and you get good extension out here, okay? Great job and continue the good work.